they would make it easier for you to assemble. How many of us have sold out to get a life sentence and made your brother who was innocent a victim of the justice system that is unjust by telling lies? I'm talking to you like this. I have some notes that I put down, but I haven't opened them. Because this is not a day, 10, 15. Hell no. If this is a day and we come out and go back to doing what we were doing before we got here, then this is all vanity. This is vanity. But vanity is the work of someone who's wrapped up in himself. We have no time for vain expression. Those whom the world honors are those who live for others. And in their death, they are never dead. There's always someone coming up to refer to their greatness because they lived for others and their living was not in vain. Why am I saying that at this point? We're facing another election. The Republicans have, I don't know how many. Is it 17? Well, it was. And they are really like the pretty girl who is well formed, showing her wares, so that some man with money will buy her. Who wants to be a whore? No, listen to me. Do you think people with money put their money behind you if they don't expect something from you? That's what makes this a farce. $3.3 billion in the last few years has been paid by lobbyists to this house. Well, what are they lobbying for? Laws that may not be in the best interests of the people? How then can you look in the mirror at yourself when you are bought and paid for whore? And then what do you get for being a whore? John Fitzgerald Kennedy lies across the water in a beautiful grave with an eternal flame. And John Fitzgerald Kennedy he had so much material wealth. But the end is the same. A spot in a little coffin and 6 feet of dirt. So the Bible says it right. Naked came I in the world, and naked go I out. So what are you lying and cheating and stealing for? To give something to your children who, if you lied and cheated and stole to get what you got, you couldn't teach them value. So all that you left is squandered by ignorance. Don't you think it would be better to be like Dr. King? No, I'm very serious now. He didn't have a lot of money. He could have if he were a sellout.
Go ahead, leader.
Malcolm didn't have a lot of money.
Right.
He could have.
If he wasn't selling.
Great ones don't amass wealth to leave to children. Great ones amass wealth to leave to institutions that live after they're dead and gone.
All right now.
The grave is waiting for every one of us that are gathered here today.
Yeah.
Well, why are you saying this, Farrakhan? Because this is not a moment, as my sister said. This is a movement.
Right.
I'm going to say it again. This is not a moment. This is a movement. When the brothers and sisters arose in Ferguson, you didn't have any money. You had a principle. A principle that you were willing to suffer for, that you felt was bigger than yourself and your life, and the withstanding of pain. But all of a sudden, the enemy comes with money. If we give you this, will you come out of the street? And some of us, we're all poor. But some of us see that as an opportunity. So the movement begins to die the moment those who lead the movement take money as a bribe to stop hurting a force that you're coming against. The demand for justice demands integrity. The demand for justice demands selflessness. The demand for justice is bigger than all our lives. So the demand for justice must give us the will to wish to sacrifice our life, because the many are greater than the one. So we're here today. I have some hard truths to say, and I want you to bear with me, because I want to show you why there's no government on this earth, not one, that can give the people what the people desire, of freedom, of justice, and equity. Look around you, brothers and sisters. Look at the trees. Look at the flowers. Look at the bushes. All of it starts with a simple seed. Seeds come in colors, different colors and shapes and sizes. But a seed hides what God has put within it. Until and unless the seed is placed in the proper environment. So all these lovely living things that are around us, all of them start from a seed, and that seed is planted. It is nurtured by water and that magnificent sun. And then the seed swells and bursts,
Brother man.
sending a root down. And then a shoot comes up. And then what was revealed manifests itself. And it is there a glory of God. You all started. We all started from a sperm, a seed. God is not wasteful. 100 million sperm may be released at one time. Some even say a billion. But only one can fertilize that egg. Well, God, if you're not wasteful, what happens to the other sperm? What do we do with it? That sperm becomes food for the new life. We have a farm. Every time we're sowing seeds, raise a crop of beans or corn or whatever vegetation we desire. The birds send seeds of being sown. So you see the birds collect over the land. If the seed doesn't go deep enough, the bird flies down and the seed becomes food. God wastes nothing. But you are a seed. I am a seed. We have not yet been placed in the proper spiritual or physical environment that would cause the seed to swell and burst and let what is within come out, that we could say, I am a part of the glory of God. So Elijah Muhammad wanted the Muslim program to be brought before this house. I don't know anybody in the house that I could trust to bring his program. So I came to bring it myself as his student. I want you to think about what I'm about to say. This program has been appearing on the back page of Muhammad Speaks as the final call since 1961. The Muslim program. You say, well, I don't want to hear that. I ain't no movie. Okay. What are you? What are you? If I ask you to tell me your nationality, you'll point to some little spot on the earth that you think defines who you are. That's limited. I'm from Georgia. Good for you. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Alabama, but I'm from New York. Right. But that does not define who you are. I'm from Jamaica. I'm from the Caribbean. Or I'm from Africa. I'm from Ghana, Guinea, Mali. That don't define you. You are defined by the nature in which you are created. And if your nature is the same as the nature of God, no land mass can define you. So the Quran says, set your face place for religion, being upright, the nature made by Allah, in which He has created man, and there is no altering Allah's creation. A dog is a dog. Not because you call him a Spitz or a Terrier or a Great Dane. Those are names of different species of dog. But the dog is defined by the nature of its creation. I don't care whether it's a Spitz or Terrier or what do you call it? A Shepherd or Pit Bull. If it's a male, whenever it sees a hydrant, it will lift its leg. There's nobody to teach it how to do that. That's what dogs do. If you understand your nature, then you will understand the unlimited possibilities of the human being. God created no human being without depositing in that human being a gift that can be expressed to an excellent degree. That's the word of God. That's not an unexcellent tree. It's excellent. It's not an unexcellent bird. It's a bird. It's a worm.
You in U Street?
It's a flea. It's an ant. It's the sun. It's the moon. It's the stars. This is all an excellent creation from an excellent creator. And you are an excellent creation from an excellent creator. But you have to know yourself and your relationship with God in order to extract what is within and bring it out to the glory of God. Now, a lot of black people that work at this house, listen carefully to what I'm about to say. A lot of black people who have mastered their particular sport or their particular discipline, and they feel excellent. You know, they walk with certain heaviness and certain pride. When they come in the room, some of them just suck up the atmosphere. Oh, look, there's so-and-so. There's so-and-so. As though so-and-so is greater than you, so-and-so. They're only great in your eyes because you have not focused your eyes on the greatness of yourself. Look, brothers and sisters, the greatness of God is part of the thing that makes us so dissatisfied. You're yearning for something that the government can't give you. You are born to be free. The Muslim program says we want freedom. We want a full and complete freedom. That's not just what Muslims want. That's what every human being wants. But how will you define a full freedom and a complete freedom? If I'm a Sikh, and I'm 50 years old and I'm still a Sikh, have never been planted in the right environment to develop myself, then I don't have freedom. But when I'm free, and fully developed, then I have attained a full and complete freedom. See, this house gives you that. Come on. Well, you don't have it. So what are we petitioning this for? They can't give you what's not in their nature to give you. We just making a demand because it's right to do it, but we know they can do it. Oh, wait a minute, Farrakhan. Why can't they? Let me show you why. The other day, for the first time, I said, let me go out and visit all the monuments that are on this mall where we as a people will be standing. And I quietly, as quiet as I could, slipped into the Jefferson Memorial. And I sit there looking at a 19-foot statue of a great American. Now this mall is hallowed ground for us, but it's also sacred ground for those who love America. And Thomas Jefferson was one of the most brilliant of the founding fathers of this country. If you read his words, I'm going to read a few to let you see that he was not a Christian. He never said he was, but he certainly was what they call a deist. He believed in one God. Now look at this. He said, on the wall, he was talking about justice. And he was talking about slavery. I want to give you a little study assignment. There were some things when he wrote the Declaration of Independence that they took out because he was dealing with King George as a vile man because he trafficked in black bodies, bringing them to America. I want you to go read his words, because Thomas Jefferson knew that if the slaves were not set free, one day what King George did by bringing us into slavery would cause the slave to rise and fight against those who were holding us in slavery. We have really come to that point now. Did you hear me? See, this thing has reached the point of explosion. Black people that are here, even those in high places, are saying we can't take this much longer. There's like a volcanic eruption that's coming now. You know, they say volcanoes are birthed out of magma that is molten rock with gases, and this molten rock and the gases at the bottom, then you have an upper crust that begins to come down and meet the molten rock beneath. I said, isn't that an interesting picture? Because I hear you that are in the class crying out. Ain't too many middle class people here. Even if you were crying. Because the middle class is becoming in the poor. So that's the upper crust coming down to meet the magnet. Below, it's bubbling now. And gases are coming up. And you see dust coming up from the sleeping volcano. And it has been asleep so long, you play around like you don't have power to kill it. You play with the eyes of poor people, indigenous people, black people, women. You play with the lives of the soldiers who have given their lives on the battlefield only to come home and be rejected and die while they're waiting for the treatment and service.
When you wake it up.
I want to show the world hypocritical America. I think
They leave?
they're with the band. Big one. Till in China. You gotta straighten out your human rights. Going time. Your human rights. Trying to show the world these are problems here. And these problems demand resolution. And America don't have the heart. Thomas Jefferson.
You got two and you play fullback, two touchdowns, you play fullback. I'm gonna play on offense like that. And I still score.
About freedom.
You play on offense.
And trembling for America when you reflected that God is just and that his justice would not sleep forever. And then Thomas Jefferson and others fashioned the seal of this nation. And at first the seal reflecting the wrath of God in a light from above. And Pharaoh's army below. That the wrath of God, he was saying the seal would come down on America if America would not free slaves. He knew it should be done. So Thomas Jefferson said, we need to let the slaves go. We need to give them a good send-off. We need to give them land. We need to give them machinery. We need to give them seeds to plant crops. We need to teach them the science of warfare, that they would be able to defend the land that they would be given. This is Thomas Jefferson. But he couldn't force it. There are good white people who want to see you free, but the politics of the situation will not allow it to happen. generations are saved.
Yeah, we think you all should, have some freedom. And like the Pope who came so beautifully a few weeks ago, and I listened to him. I took a few days rest from the tour because I became sick with pneumonia. And I went away for 10 days. During that 10 days, His Holiness was here, and I watched him every day as he came left. I thought about this human being has captured the world. Then I thought about him in Ecuador, in Bolivia. I think it was Bolivia. 3 countries in South America. And the Pope asked them to forgive the church. Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Oh! Now, you didn't say that in Jesus.
I don't think it was.
Because the church that was killing the indigenous people really wasn't connected to Jesus. They were connected to a cross that was given to Constantine in a vision. And he laughed under that cross and said, "In hoc signo vinces, with this sign we conquer." So the cross and Christianity at that time was not the real teaching of Jesus Christ. It was a philosophy and ideology based on white supremacy. Will you forgive us? And the Pope asked the answer. Paraguay. What did we say? We forgive.
Maybe it's too dark.
Oh, wait.
Back up on my right there. Get it back. When I do drum
When
set,
Jesus said that we all ought to
We
Now watch this. Now watch how the Jews move on. This how black people be like them. Watch how they eat his ass up. It's over for him. You should never see. Who made it?
The hope is not strength. He made a saint out of somebody that the native people don't see any saint for him. That's like us taking the grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan and beatifying him and making him a saint. But what about all the people that you killed? What about all the people that you have killed? Should we forget? Well, the Holy Quran says it like this. You may forgive, but I, God, will never forgive. See, now the God that I'm about to talk to you about now is on the scene today. Thomas Jefferson delivered. I went to the Lincoln statue. And while I was in there, they had Dr. King's speaking in the Lincoln Memorial. So I listened. And then I reflected on Abraham Lincoln's words. It's written there for the people to see. He said, if I could preserve the Union and keep all in slavery, I would do it. Did you hear me? Then he said, if I could preserve the Union by letting half the slaves go free and keeping the others enslaved, I would do that. His aim was the preservation of the Union, not freeing you. And that's why you're still sinking. We shall. You've been had. You've been took. Sorry. We have Abraham Lincoln, though, he said,
What you did?
from me in America with us, and we suffered from your prison. He said, as long as the two of us live together, there will always be exterior and the interior. And I, as much as anyone, want the superior position to the white race. That's my aim.
He said, sheesh. They won't let us get that close to the stuff.
I would never do that. I know. He's my Orlando friend. It ain't Orlando. He's from Orlando.
But if they think like the king and queen that God said they are, they'll feel like the king and queen and they'll act like that. Because your emotions are the slave to your thoughts, and your actions are the slave to your emotions. So what you think is how you feel, and how you feel is how you act. But if you don't know that, and you don't plant positive seeds into the spirit, you won't act like that. For real. An act of solidarity, I'm Ron Coppins with my brother from 551. Love. All love.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
What's your channel? I do spoken word, all that.
I said I want to see it. You don't know, I still want to see what I said.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
Yeah. All right.
I'll make sure of that.
I like to speak. I like to talk. Sometimes it just makes sense. Like coming to America, go straight to work. We have to go straight to work.
Now you black people, you teachers, they say the first slaves landed in America.
That's crazy.
In 1690. But if you read the Bible, first slaves were born on the sick man Jesus. Under the captaincy of Sir John Morgan. 1619. But in 1555, if you subtract 1555 from 1690, you get 64 years. Now there was a little Queen show. That was over 64 Phoenix, no, I know what I'm talking about. You moved out here from Lake. And the first time was a $64 question. Then it went to $64,000. That's the new king. How you gonna talk to an old man? Now, 64 years of hidden history is what turned you and me from an African black person into a Negro, having eyes but can't see, ears can't hear, tongue can't speak, spiritually blind, deaf, and dumb. And once that happened, our mother's gone, our father's gone, you couldn't hear your father, your mother pray, and you couldn't hear your father, so you woke up with white folks' names on you.
What's your phone, sir?
wish if I have battery, if my phone had battery, I would bring it over and take it to Brother Jeffrey Village.
The only way to see it is the same. We all have to become powerful.
What's your name? Kenya? Yes. Thank you. Well, what do you think?
I'm Roderick. Nice to meet you, Kenny.
All right, let's
Good to hear what you're doing right now. I've actually, we're in the process in the city of Toronto, pursuing Toronto police for brutality of 4 young students that we're working with.
This wing and that wing. Okay. You want to take that 750? I come up and say almost $1 million.
Okay, that's
if not $1 million.
That's good.
You know, 8 blocks of people.
Yeah. It was good to see you.
How many feet is a stadium?
I know. You know,
100 yards.
We need Boston University to come back.
Man, I can put 1, 2, 3, 4. Man.
Anything coming up tomorrow?
Put a few stadiums.
Any press conference tomorrow? Anything?
No press
conference. No. Good to see you, man. 20 I know. Okay, no. I'm still here.
That's the blessing.
I know. I got y'all. You know,
we're still here.
You're doing good.
Good to see you. Thank you. Take care, all right?
All right, good to see you.
All right. Right.
I want him to
Go on that rush. I'm take a picture.
to talk to you. Yes, sir. Praise be to God.
Okay.
That's my son.
Hey, how you doing? Pleasure, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Yes, sir. All right.
Sorry. It's good to see you. I thought as soon as I tapped you.
One thing.
So I don't have to think about moving my hands, moving my eyes, moving my arms because it's going to happen. And so much of what we take in, just the things that we see, that seep in unconsciously. And I think that has been some of the things rooted in why certain things don't happen in our communities. So this was just a reminder. It's, you know, sometimes, you know, you got to have a revival.
Yeah,
you know, you got to have a reminder. You know, you have to go and refuel.
Yes, ma'am.
So this was the place to come and refuel. And it's just been wonderful for all the people that came out. I was really glad to hear that people came from so many different places. Folks were texting pictures of buses coming in, and whether it was college students or a collective of folks. And I was glad that they made it an inclusive so that anyone that felt they wanted to come
Could be a part of it.
could be a part of it. So, you know, because in the end, when it's about healing, as a humanity, we have to heal ourselves together. So that's okay. All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And I'm going to
Can I
give
get
you
your
my card.
Yes. And I would love what, okay, we'll walk with you.
That glass is very good.
We all got
Oh, don't worry about that.
He's okay. He's okay. Oh no, you're back here. Oh, we need a picture together. You're so sharp. You're holding your book up.
They're all here.
A funny thing happened on the way to the White House.
I'm gonna tell you, see these two brothers standing with me, but me included. Look, a lot of greatness get ready to come out of this street unity, this trio right here, for the Nation of Islam, and the way of expressing ourselves and growing into the universal application of the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad is a class we are part of under the direction and tutelage of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. 10-10-15. Justice or else. Justice or else. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, Imam. They serious. You know what I know though?
That's heavy what you just said. That's heavy as hell what you just said. That's my girl. Now I rock her. I rock Sarat.
Right. Stop with my brother-in-law. Farmer right there. 3 generations, man. Here. Just tell him, man, 20 years ago, he wasn't even born.
Yeah, like Nashville.
Yeah, you don't have a
Like
Nashville.
Nashville.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I heard it then. No, but because I used to go with a girl from that.
Everything that I
We're big and proud.
We cannot get with New York. Y'all got one thing. One thing I think.
The pretty girl with
I've been spending the road trying to make this happen. Everybody tell me it's not happening. It's happening.
Oh man, you come on, man. And we do the Juma on Friday. Yes, sir.
Man, as soon as he said Muhammad, then I thought about it.
Yes, I know. So what I'm encouraging you to do and make signatures right there. You ain't alone, but you want that kind of conviction that if none is with me, none by my side. Keep it out. And guess what?